Hey guys, and welcome back. So I do apologize. I haven't been posting the past few days. I know I've only been gone for about 2 to 3 days. But I've been pretty busy. With work, been taking care of a lot of other matters, and been going through a lot of a few situations at hand there. But regardless, I'm still here. I'm back. So today we're going to talk about the Slakoth Community Day and pretty much what I'm gonna be doing with it, and then we're gonna also talk about this new event that's currently active live right now. We currently have Adventure Week currently live, so pretty cool stuff, honestly. So yeah, as you guys can see, I've been walking my Garchomp for the longest time. For those who have me added, you guys probably already know that I have Garchomp here. The reason why I'm walking my Garchomp is because with this event, the distance it looks. I thought we were get more candies, but it turns out the distance actually gets cut. So you guys see, Garchomp would usually normally take about will take about 5 kilometers to walk to get a candy, but because the distance being cut is actually now 1.25 kilometers, so a lot less. So that's why I'm walking so I can get my hands on some more Gibble candy. Because in the near future, I definitely want to try to get my hands on some more Garchomp, a few more Garchomps down the row. And that's one cool thing about this event. And in addition, I'm still working on getting some Cranidos. So yeah, so I'll show you guys what I have succeeded with so far. I guess spoiler alert, I did an Aggron, which that you'll see that in coming soon. So, and you guys see right here, I have got my shiny Steelix. Well, it was shiny Onyx rather. And funny story about this. I was actually at the core. I actually just did one quest. One quest, very first quest, I ended up getting my shiny Onyx, and I evolved it immediately into this gorgeous shiny Steelix here. So yeah, so let's take a look at it. So last I checked, this appears to be an 87 or something like that. Nothing too crazy. I might end up using this in the Great League. I'm not sure yet, but the CP on it is kind of bad. But regardless, I have a shiny. No complaints. I still have to hunt. I still got to get the other two. I still don't have a shiny NRF or shiny Laleep. So yeah, I hatched this shield on out of a 2 kilometer egg, which is pretty sweet because I need more. I do need to get more candies. So I gotta get that going. And I got myself a lucky Bastiodon, which I definitely have to start working on this because I do. Bastiodon is a really good in PvP, so I'm really happy about that. I also have gotten a couple new Luckies. Lucky Turtwig, I think that's my second one, and I had an Electabuzz nest. And all that fun stuff. So pretty much this event is looking kind of cool. I like it event. I like it a lot, especially with potentially finding a more Cranidos in the wild, which is one thing I would like to try to get my hands on more, especially if I can find that quest. There are some new quests in which if you can actually get your hands on the quest that says if you spend 25 Pokestops, you can get yourself you get yourself a Cranidos. So that'll be pretty cool. But in general, I like this Adventure Week, honestly. So anyway, I do apologize for going off topic, but let's go ahead and talk about the main thing in this video I wanted to talk about, and that is going to be the Slack Off Community Day. So yeah, so let's go ahead and pull this up here. So, and also, as I'm recording this video, we just finished having the Legendary Raid Hour. I didn't really participate in it because I didn't really need to. I will be participating once Kyogre is around. Um, Once Kyogre rolls around, I'll be definitely participating in that because Kyogre is definitely really good to do a couple of raids, and I definitely wouldn't mind doing a good load of those as well. Because Kyogre is the best water type. You guys already know that for sure. We'll be having a raid guide on Kyogre on Cresselia's last day. So just so you guys know, Cresselia will be around for less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. So just so you guys are well aware. So there you go. So anyways, let's go into here. So get a Slaking with Body Slam on June Community Day. Alright, so let's read this. So mark your calendars for June Community Day featuring the normal type Pokemon Slakoth on the second Saturday in June. So that's pretty cool. So it's going to be your local time from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., which is pretty cool. So obviously we're gonna be finding more Slakoth during that 3 hour period. Lures will be lasting 3 hours, which is no surprise. And the main thing that is going to be ideal for this, is that if you evolve Vigoroth, you pretty much you get slacking with Body Slam. So my thoughts on slacking with Body Slam. It's a 3 bar move. I guess it's something, I suppose. Um okay, let's be honest. I think it's not really the greatest move at all. Slacking, like, we're gonna take a look at slacking in this video, of course. So we're gonna take a look. I'm just trying to think in my head what's gonna be useful for with all this. Anyway, let's continue. Bonuses: incubators will hatch eggs. Um, Incubators will hatch eggs 4 times faster. So there's something. So yeah. This event, I mean, shiny slacking is cool. I don't mind. It looks pretty dope. Um, but I don't think it's just really gonna be that. I don't think it's just it's. Let's be honest. It's just not gonna be that good. That's the best way I can go about with it. It's a new shiny, so this is one that can actually take. Don't have. This is actually the first community day that I think. I mean, I think to be fair, it is. We kind of expected that we're going to get a community day that's not going to be as hot as the past couple of ones where we had Blaziken with Blasphemy making it the best fire type right now. When we had big Solomons with Outrage making Solomons very valuable. Actually, just second behind Rayquaza. But it's still good. It's still up there for sure on Solomon's there. So we were bound to get something. We were bound to get something that was going to kind of reek a little bit in terms of the move, but at the same time, it's fine because new shiny, and honestly, I wouldn't mind going for a shiny Vigoroth for PvP. So. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go on GoHub and we're going to take a look at Slacking and Vigoroth in this video so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go on GoHub. We're gonna start with Slacking and then we're going to Vigoroth. So I'll see you guys there. So yeah. Alright guys, so we're here on GoHub and for whatever reason the Pokemon sprites are not showing for me, so a little unfortunate there, but this is going to be Slacking. So Slacking maxes out at 4,431. It has an attack of 290, defense of 166, and stamina of 284. Slacking is a normal type, so it only has one weakness, being weak to fighting, and being super resistant to ghosts. So pretty much So Slacking would be good. The only problem, with those kind of stats, you would think that Slacking is a powerhouse. But for those of you who are not aware, there's pretty much everybody that knows this. But in case you're not aware, the only reason why Slacking is terrible is because its only quick move is Yawn, which Yawn does no damage. Technically, it does like one damage. But so yeah, like you still have your charge moves. You have Hyper Beam, Play Rough, and Earthquake, which you can currently get, and then during the 3 hour period, you'll be able to get the Body Slam, which is a 3 bar move. So in PvP it does become a 2 bar move. So I mean that's something. But aside from that, I mean, and not to mention Yawn does give you decent energy gain, but aside from that, it's just terrible. Honestly, it's just really like. I mean, but it makes sense. It makes sense because, like in the regular games, Slacking had an ability called Truant, which it can't attack for consecutive turns. So if it uses an attack, and then the next turn it has to, it's gonna slack off basically. So it's basically it's just in its name. It's gonna be slacking off. So basically that's how pretty much how it falls down the hill. But I guess it does have a pretty cool cry, so let's take a listen to that, shall we? Okay, not that great. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at Vigoroth. Now, this is one that I wouldn't mind, investing a little bit in because Vigoroth is fairly cool, fairly good in PvP personally, I think. So let's go take a look at Vigoroth. So Vigoroth maxes out at 1,968. Attack is 155, defense 145, and stamina of 190. So Vigoroth definitely doesn't have any better stats, but what makes Vigoroth a lot better, pretty good, is the fact that the moves is what it has here. So, Vigoroth gets fast move. It gets two fast moves. It gets scratch and counter, and then fast moves. It gets charge move. Sorry, it gets body slam, break, and bulldoze. So right off the bat, it has some really good moves for PvP. Counter gives is a good move for energy gain, and body slam in general, you're gonna be able to get those off constantly. So, Vigoroth as Vigoroth in general is actually really good personally. I think Vigoroth is definitely worth going for. I mean, I'm still gonna get at least a shiny Slaking with body slam, and then that's pretty much it. Other than that, this one is not really gonna be the best community day, but it was like I mentioned, it was bound to happen. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop back on Pokemon Go, and I will see you guys there. Okay, so in conclusion, we pretty much know what to expect now with this community day, and the featured Pokemon, which is not going to be the greatest at all, honestly, with the whole Slaking getting body slam thing. But here's the question. Here's the question I want you guys to think about. Is it you guys think you should skip this community day? My answer to that is no. Why? I'm gonna give you two answers. Number one, a new shiny. So you can always get the shiny set, of course, which is always the main thing you want to do. And number two, we're currently having Adventure Week currently in effect, and it's going to be going in alongside this event. So this I think is going to be pretty good for the main reason that we're going to be able to hatch eggs 4 times faster than normal during those community day hours. So I think with that, I think that's going to be good enough to be able to do this event, because if you can constantly keep hatching more eggs with this event, you're gonna be able to rack up more Stardust pretty decently, because you know how eggs give you the Stardust, especially the 10-kilometer eggs. Though that gives you a good load of Stardust. Having a star piece on to at least give you some extra Stardust. So I see this as a way for me for you to really take advantage of upping your Stardust, especially if you can constantly hatch your eggs and keep constantly being on the move. So, and honestly, with this event, you don't really have to stress too much, especially once you get your 3 shinies. Like, ideally, you want to try to get 3 shinies just so you can have the set. A shiny Slakoth, shiny Vigoroth, and shiny Slaking. Basically, that's the whole idea. Now, what I'm thinking about doing is that I'm gonna do something pretty different with this one. I'm gonna actually be taking the bus with this one. Now, you guys may be thinking, why are you taking the bus? And you should be walking. Well, I mean, taking a bus means I can rack up more distance. I can hatch more eggs with the bus ride, because especially with the bus route I'm planning to, and I'm also going to be going with 2 of my friends, Gia and Rob. Shout out to them if they're watching. But we're gonna be doing the bus ride because we can hit up a lot of Pokestops, and we can take advantage of the fact that the egg distance is going to be cut, which is going to be pretty good in terms of at least hatching Stardust. And it's also good to try to get a Vigoroth for the Great League, because Vigoroth is actually fairly decent because it gets counter and then it has access to body slam. So Vigoroth, because of that, I think it's worth going for. And me personally, I would not mind getting a shiny Vigoroth for the Great League. So that'd be pretty cool. And then I guess maybe a Slaking for the Ultra League, but I wouldn't really recommend that at all. So just so you know. But that's basically what I'm gonna do with this event. I'm gonna pretty much be taking the bus. I'm gonna be taking advantage of the egg distance cut. Now, mind you guys, don't incubate your eggs until the community event has begun. If you incubate your eggs before the event starts, you will not get that cut distance for your eggs. So remember, you have to wait until it hits precisely 3 o'clock in your local area in order to get that distance cut. So as soon as the clock hits 3 o'clock, and then you see the Slakoth spawning in the wild, that's your cue to go ahead and drop and start and incubate your eggs. So that's gonna be pretty good. Now, me personally, I do have to go ahead and hatch these eggs that I have right now, just so I can at least make room for the other eggs. I'm gonna start saving my eggs and not hatching as much eggs until the event starts, and that way I can really take advantage of the cut, basically the distance cut for the eggs. So it'll be pretty good for that. So to get the Stardust, to get yourself cool stuff. And currently with this Adventure Week event we're going on, you can have some pretty sweet rock types out of the 2-kilometer eggs, like Larvitar, Cranidos, Shieldon, stuff like that. That's basically the way I can see myself using this event for the most part. So yeah, with that, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys get some good luck, I guess, for that day, even though, Slacking's going to be terrible. I mean, it's not the worst looking shiny. It looks pretty cool, honestly. So I'm going to pretty much be using the event to pretty much get my 3 shinies and then really hatch a lot of eggs that day. That's what I'm really going to try to push for. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. And think of it this way: this may not be the best, it may not be the most exciting community day event that we're gonna have, but with the egg distance getting cut down, you'll be able to hatch your eggs 4 times faster than normal. I mean, that's something we can do, right? You can hatch some eggs and get yourself some starters. So that's one good way to take advantage of the event, and that's what I'm going to take advantage of for sure. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. I will be having a raid challenge, a raid coming up these next couple of days to bring it through to showcase some nice raid bosses throughout this Adventure Week event. So yeah, there you go. Anyways, I'll catch you. I'll see you guys next video. And also before I go, in the next couple of days, I'm going to be announcing something pretty big. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, with that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys next time.